Hey, welcome to Amanda Kiser Art and everything else. Today I want to walk you guys through this painting time-lapse. This is a commissioned piece from a client that wanted a self-portrait, and she wanted it in the same style as another painting that she had purchased from me, this watercolor style painting. So let's get into this. Alright, so the first thing I did was I did the background drawing first, just super light, because you don't want the pencil to show up, in the painting. And then I go in, make certain points of the painting more prominent than others. I want the eyes to be the main focus, because the eyes are what really draw people into the portrait. So I want everything else around it to be extremely soft, so you know right where to go when you look at the painting. After this stage, the next step, I like to put water all over the entire page to make sure all the paints are going to blend well together. It softens up all the harsh lines and everything starts to blend really beautifully. Now you can see it's taken away some of the ink that was on the page, but I'm totally okay with that. I actually really like the effect that it's giving the painting. And the whole painting process is exactly that. It's a process of layering and stepping back and looking at it from another perspective and saying, I need a shadow here, I need a highlight here. It's basically all shadows and highlights. It's all about the lighting. And my reference photo is to the left, and it'll show up sometimes in the painting. I think it's already showed up once on here. But I'm constantly looking at the reference photo, looking at the shadows and the highlights. And now I'm adding a darker color underneath her jawline to create more depth in that area. It'll help bring out her facial features. I love all the different use of colors, the contrast of colors on this style of painting. Okay, this is the middle of the painting. I always say every painting goes through a beginning, a middle, and an end phase. The middle phase is where you're very unsure of what's happening and you have to just push through it and have some faith that it's going to turn out amazing if you just don't give up in this phase. And right after this phase is when I will be adding in all the highlights. And this right here, when I first started painting, this would be where I would get so discouraged in that middle phase, just not knowing what was up ahead in the process and just feeling like, wow, I've totally messed this up. But if you are just starting out painting, realize you have not totally messed this up. You just have to keep going. That's why I love painting, because it's so forgiving. It's absolutely so forgiving. So here I am, I'm adding in the highlights, and this is when I get so excited to do these paintings. They just start to pop. Everything comes to life, and I can just see it. I can see what's about to happen. Also, if you're just starting out painting and you have hit this middle phase as well, realize, just go for it. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, because painting is the most forgiving thing ever. I mean, the worst thing that is you mess it up and you gotta paint over it. But that's the thing, you can paint over it. You can do it again. And there are some paintings where I paint over it 4 or 5 times. Yes, it's frustrating, but you have to start somewhere, and it's just practice. It takes practice, and don't let it get you discouraged. It should be so therapeutic. Painting is so freeing. It's so therapeutic. And I used to let myself get stressed out, especially on portraits. But you don't have to. Just keep going. It's a process. You can already tell I have painted the neckline 4 or 5 times because I'm playing around with the colors. I'm enjoying it. I am loving doing this painting. And it's so just nice to be able to let go, put music on, grab a paintbrush, and just go for it and let go and be creative. So don't get stressed out. Just have fun. Enjoy it. It's supposed to be fun. This client was so amazing to paint because, I mean, number one, she's gorgeous. And I love just like the facial features. Her eyes were so beautiful to paint, and I loved just bringing every piece of this painting to life. And I love that she wanted it to match the other painting that she had already purchased, because this particular style, the watercolor style, is one of my favorite styles to paint in, especially when I get to use every single color at the same time. That is my favorite thing to do. I love every color at the same time because it's all about lighting. It's not about the colors. It's about the lighting and how you use the colors with the lighting. I'm sure there's a lot of artists that would probably be like, no, that's so wrong. But I'm super untrained, and this is how I paint. It's working out for me. Sometimes the beauty is not being inside that box. Actually, I think that's always the beauty. Break out of it. What's the point of art if you're gonna follow all these rules? Just go for it. The most important piece of advice I can give you is step back. Keep stepping back from your painting and looking at it from a different perspective. That is huge, because as you sit in front of it, you don't notice the same things that you notice when you stand back and look from different angles in the room. You just get a whole different perspective, and you will see things that you missed when you were sitting up close to it. There's just so many things in painting that you can relate to life, and that's why I love it. That was the verse that I was looking at while I was painting. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy. Such a good verse. And there it is. It's done. It is finished. If you guys want some originals or some prints by Amanda Kiser Art, go to amandakiserart.com. You can also follow my Instagram at Amanda_Kiser_Art. And I can't wait to paint with you guys again on the next time-lapse video. Drop some comments, like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll be on here again soon with the next painting. See you guys.